Pure joy. Pure joy. Pure joy.
Hi there. Welcome back to the Joy Lounge here for PJ's Pure Joy podcast. I'm so glad you joined us. We have an incredible time where we interview intriguing people doing intriguing things, where we provide education and empowerment and edification and build you up, and hopefully that you're encouraged to live life healthy, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, whatever way. So live large, live loud, live healthy. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Bizly App. Bizly App is the most amazing all-in-one tab business operating system with every type of software you need all in one place. So you're not having to go here, there, and everywhere for everything from CRM to social media to invoicing to everything you need in between. Unlimited websites, you name it, it's all there. So you can want to make sure you go on bizlyapp.com/PJ and set up your free consultation and set up your free demo, because any business owner, any entrepreneur, any nonprofit even will want to know about Bizly App and have it streamline their business for them. So that being said, I want to welcome my next guest here, and you're going to be excited to meet him. He's been around and serving our community for quite a while in a couple different capacities. He's been a comedian. He's been an Emcee. He's helped build the medical cannabis industry and helped medical patients. And he is now running for Congress District 1. Welcome. This is Michael Boris.
Hi, I'm Michael Boris. Thanks for
Yes.
having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. We've been friends for a while now.
Yes,
probably at least
forever,
about 10,
since
at least a
way
decade or
before,
so.
politics, yeah.
Way before politics, absolutely. Because we've always been in public service.
Right. Always
Yeah.
trying to help people and take care of the underdogs out there that aren't getting their
underserved.
rights. And I feel like we've done a good job with that too. I've seen a lot of change in the last. There's still a lot to do, but have definitely seen a lot of change over the last few decades.
Yeah, those of us who've been loud and proud, we get to try to get things done. Absolutely. So what made you decide to run for Congress?
Initially, I ran first in 2024, and I had noticed, because I have school-age children, that our education level was the worst in the entire country. It
Worst in
flips
the
up.
nation. Yes,
We have the worst education, the worst health care, the most senior fraud. A lot of that going on here because of Nevada, and we also, you have Reno affecting a little, but we're a very rural state out here. But Las Vegas and Reno are just having corruption issues. So
Yes.
I found out that they collected, specifically on that cannabis tax, $900 million at that time, and you're only allowed to have 20% of your state fund, which is $2.2 billion. So they should have only had $540 million, and just kept writing to keep that money, kept writing new bills and laws. And none of that money went to the kids. I didn't see anything go to the kids. I heard the Culinary Union got $25 million. It's a non-transparent fund, so we can't know, we're not supposed to be all up in where it's going, but I think transparency is something that needed. And too many people, especially in District 1, have no voice or feel like they're not heard.
Right.
A lot of them don't vote anymore because
They think it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter which way they go. What is it going to do for them?
We still have to do our civic duty. We still have to do our civic duty. We really do.
It's important, because once you're out there, if you want change, you have to be that change. So set the example, get out and vote. No matter who you vote for me, you don't want to vote for me, that's fine. Just get out and vote, because on the east side of Las Vegas, in that downtown up to the art district, nothing's changed there or improved in the last 20 years. Whereas Summerlin, Henderson, Boulder City, everybody is beautifying except for us. We're getting kind of forgotten over here on the east.
Right. There's a lot of closed businesses,
It's
underdeveloped.
flooded.
Underdeveloped.
Well, you can go to strip malls and they're all empty.
Right.
And the reason being is all the red tape you have to go through to get a business open. And we're a 48% Hispanic community out there. So we have a lot of restaurants and food carts and stuff that could be operating out of these areas and helping to produce more revenue for our communities.
Right, right. I know that I personally have fought for the regulations for street vendors to be more lenient because it was almost, prohibitive
They were
for
getting
anybody to make a
tackles.
living.
Yeah, people were taking it upon themselves to be vigilantes against the street vendors.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. Those are your community. Those are
Yeah.
your people, and they're just family-oriented people that want to feed those families.
Yeah, at least they're trying to do something to take care of their own families. Let them take care of their families.
Right. And the food's delicious.
Yeah, usually the
But we want to
best.
bring more, medical communities into the east side of Las Vegas. I'd like to see more pharmaceutical companies coming out there. I've noticed the boom with the peptides and the stem cell research is all starting to flock to Nevada.
Is that your platform, Michael? What would you say your platform that you're running on is?
Help kids.
Help kids?
That's always my number one priority. Help the kids, keep them safe right now. It's in our time right now is the worst to be a child.
So true.
And I feel like it's been going on probably since the beginning of time, but because of social media, everything's being exposed.
Right.
So
And the more that they see that the people doing corruption, doing evil are not being held accountable, the more it steals their hope, and the more despair it breeds in them, I feel.
right, most politicians that get in office that are in office tend to be like sheep. They don't care what they're looking at. They're just voting one way to please their lobbyists and their money. We're self-funded and doing very well right now, shockingly.
Shockingly. Good.
Apparently, people like truth and transparency.
Yeah,
so we're
truth
giving
and
it a try.
transparency. Yes. And you're like we said in the beginning, is you've been serving the community, so people kind of know you.
Right.
You're not somebody who's just come in to run.
Yeah, and in the mainstream politics, it was for my first election, it was very much feeling like I was just coming in running, and I had to explain my whole resume. And when you're fighting against prohibition and all kinds of propaganda, they see one thing, whereas we're working with families and walking with kids who have cancer and autism and the PTSD rate causing the suicide with the veterans.
Yes.
We worked every day out there for years and just did everything we could to educate and empower the people to know what their rights were.
Right.
And we risked our freedom doing it.
Right.
And accepted the judgment and the career loss and everything else that comes with it because we were fighting for the greater good.
Yes.
Well, now it's at a point where my own children, need someone to fight for them. And our people down there are just in desperate need of help. And if they're not going to vote like they should, they're going to let the people in Henderson, which are the senior citizens in a primary midterm, and I do a senior event, Living Well, every month, 35 of them a year. But that's who's making all the decisions for the entire District 1 right now. It's 13% turnout in our primaries. It's
Wow.
traditional.
Wow. Wow. So what would you say is the most important way that we could get that increased?
Free pizza.
Free pizza?
Seems to be something people like to respond to for well. A lot of people don't want to come out unless they're getting something for free.
Yeah.
So we try to, there's a lot of local businesses that sponsor. We bring donuts and pizza, and that gets the kids out
Get
to the
together
parks,
around
you get
food.
the parents, and you get to talk about the issues. Our water, we're at 38% of capacity at Lake
Right.
Mead right now. I have a great water plan. It's about taking the Sea of Cortez, desalinizing it. And we give California and Mexico that water that leaves the Colorado River with us. We can block off the dam. We can refill Lake Powell. It refills Lake Mead. Everybody's happy. But we
Wow.
have to get on that before California because we don't want to give that also to California.
Right. Right. Because, Imperial Valley water has all been taken from here and given to California for years.
Right. They're getting like 90% of the water that comes out of there.
And then we have all these plants that are being built that take so much water to cool.
Right. We're not allowed to grow grass anymore out here.
Yeah,
I like we can't collect water rule because it's the city's water once it leaves the sky.
It's just crazy.
Right.
They restrict us, they regulate us, and they rip us off.
Right.
I went to the Public Utility Commission meeting myself last week
Mhm.
or 10 days ago or so. And it's insane how they just do not care that there are other ways of harnessing electricity that
Right.
wouldn't be so expensive for the people.
Well-
But instead, they'd rather overregulate
Well, that's how they
restrict
create
and rip
their
us off.
revenues and their monopolies.
Yeah.
The solar power, I think, is a joke. They will let you run your solar power, and they will give you a credit. Well, this credit can never be cashed out into anything tangible. What they give you is a credit to electricity. Well, you're already feeding the grid electricity, so you're never going to use it. There's no loss on their part. And if you move, you don't get to take that credit with you.
Wow.
But
So it's
the
just
credit's worthless anyway,
so
unless
they're
you
just
turn off
pretending.
your solar.
So they're pretending like they're offering you something.
Right, and they're not giving you anything.
But isn't there too an aspect of solar where they have people opt into solar, but then the people have to share their solar power? What is that
Well,
about?
when you're working, you're putting in when you're generating more power than you need for the home. The extra power goes back to the grid,
Distributed to
and that's what
others.
they're paying you for.
Uh-huh.
Is that grid power
Are
that you're
people
giving
really
out?
getting paid for
No,
that?
no,
No,
you're
they're
getting a
not.
credit to electricity you're not going to use because
Right.
you're feeding the grid. You're already
Yeah, it's
generating
just
more,
ridiculous.
unless it gets cloudy for like a month,
Yeah.
maybe.
So let's say somebody caught you in an elevator. You had 30 seconds to tell them who you are and why they should vote for you. How do you say it?
Well, if you're in an elevator, you're already smelling a
Elevator
great
pitch.
cologne. No. My name's Michael Boris. I've lived 40 years in Las Vegas. I speak Spanish and English. I have 6 children, 4 Hispanics, and I've lived the East Side forever, and I work hard every single day. And we need more transparency. We need more honesty in the office, and we need someone qualified to do it. And I am that person.
Why do you say that you're that person?
Again, I'm a small business owner and a parent, and I have been to the top of the pyramid and the bottom. I've been through corporate America. I own a publicly traded company that died out in COVID. And as a business person, which owns appliance repair warranty companies, which we go into homes, and if something breaks, your refrigerator or whatever, we have contracts with G and Allstate. I'm the guy that fixes them. So I've been in every house out there and fixed a lot of problems. And now we're going to go to Congress and fix the same problems that I was working on for the first 20 years, helping those people.
Wonderful, solution minded. That's what I'm trying to promote is candidates who are truly solution minded and not just running a popularity contest.
Right. You just gotta, if you have an answer, you give your answer, and don't whirly wish. Don't beat around the bush.
Right.
So if people will find I use comedy as a stand-up comic a little bit, because I'm a humorous person when I'm discussing politics, and you'll get a chuckle, but you're going to remember what I'm saying. And hopefully, if you agree with common sense, you're going to agree with me. And
So
go from
common
there.
sense candidate for Congress District 1 is Michael Boris. And please make sure you tell 10 people who'll tell 10 people who'll tell 10 people, because the voting is getting ready to begin.
June 9th, early ballots start out next week. June 9th is our primary vote. If you're not a Republican, you have to be a Republican to vote in that election. So it's just super easy to change and become one of the cool kids on your QR code or whatever you got to do to hit your registration.
So how do they go? How do they go in and make sure that they check that they are registered to vote and registered as Republicans?
Oh, you could just Google register to vote Nevada. I mean, it's the easiest thing you can do. I suggest you vote in paper if you want your vote to count.
Yes.
And there are a lot of places like Pledge Vote Now, I believe, or pledgevote.com. There's places you can go and make sure that your vote is checked in, make sure it's not your dead grandmother voting.
Right.
Or people who say they live at Walmart. 19,000 bad votes, bad ballots in the last election.
Wow.
That's 5 different races that are being manipulated.
Right. Right. So much corruption went on in the last one, and I know that it has been hidden and
They
covered
didn't
up.
give recounts. They wouldn't give anybody recounts. I know Socorro Keenan is running for Secretary of State. She had lost by 99 votes, and they refused to give her a recount. And I
Yeah.
remember her going through that, and they just
Yes.
would not do anything to help.
We had
anybody.
her on. You all saw her interview a few weeks ago. So, I interviewed her, and she's a dear friend of mine.
I love
And
Socorro.
I know that she's a solution-minded person. She loves to help people. She's been serving in this community also. I like to get behind people who have been in the community decades like yourself, decades like Carrie Cox, decades like Socorro Keenan, that have actually been here working, serving, and have a track record of actually being servant leaders. And so that's why I wanted to have you on, because
Well,
I feel like you fit that category.
I do the radio show on Fridays out here, Mike Check FM, check it out. And I've had over 60 candidates on. So at one point, it's from the leaders of certain parties. Mike, you're doing more for the Republican Party than anybody out here. You're giving them face. I don't charge them. And it's about getting them off that billboard and finding out who these people are.
Right.
And a lot of them, you would not be as impressed as you would think, where a lot of people who are the lesser funded candidates, because Republican Party tends to look at people by their numbers,
Right.
are amazing, like amazing candidates with amazing education. Like,
Yeah.
please just check out everybody thoroughly and vote in your primaries. Vote
Yeah,
in your
don't just
generals.
vote because you've heard a name a lot.
Yeah.
That's not how we vote. I remember when I first started voting when I was younger. Oh, I've heard that name. Oh, I think that's who. I wouldn't know anything about
They were
them.
good looking, like a good looking. I was
Good.
like, she's hot. She's hot. Yeah, there's a lot of people in office right now just
Yeah.
because they have great hair.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We're not running a popularity contest. It's very important that we remember that. And so you read about people, you learn about people, go on and do your research about the candidates, get to know them, watch shows like this where you can get to know them, and make sure that you're sharing those names with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and that you're requiring them to vote. We need to get our votes up. We have to come out in massive numbers. It's vitally important that we
Yeah,
come
we
out.
need a voice. It can't just be me out there on the east side. We need everybody else. Stop slashing up everybody's signs and like
Yeah.
we're in a violent neighborhood down there.
Yes. Well, people can be brutal, can't they?
Yeah. Well, keep your elbows up.
Yeah. That. So, Michael Boris, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
You can find me at michaelboris4nevada.com, Michael Boris CD1, Nevada CD1 on Instagram. You can look up Medicinal Mike if you're looking for comedy and stuff. I know where comedy starts and work ends.
Yeah.
But check it out. You can see me everywhere. Boris, Michael Boris 4 Nevada, and that's FOR4, not the number 4.
Okay. So, Michael Boris, FOR, Nevada.
Yeah, and every
Okay.
week on Mike Check FM on 107.1.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And one last call to action. What would you like to say to the people?
Whether I'm your cup of tea or not, make sure you get out and vote. It's so important. If you're wondering why your neighborhood is horrible or nobody seems like they're helping you, and you don't vote, that's the reason. So if you're not voting, don't complain. But I'd love to see you voting so that you have a voice, because we want to hear you.
Yes. Get your concerns
And if you don't
heard.
speak the language, how are you going to help the people out there on the east side? Learn Spanish.
Yeah, so that's great that you're bilingual, Michael. Absolutely, it's going to be a big help. And I know I've lived on the east side quite a bit myself over the years, and I tell my girls when they were in school, I was my girls are the minorities.
Yeah,
My-
yeah.
My white
We're a
girls
mix,
were the
we are a
my
mixed pot out
minorities.
there. I've lived there my whole life. you
Yeah.
know. So adapt. In fact, Robert Hutchinson running for school board. He's an East Sider too. We used to hang out when we were kids. I just
Oh,
saw him
wonderful.
again.
So-
Hutch.
So you'd say he's a hardworking guy.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
gets servant's heart.
Always a
leader.
community guy. Always
Community
rode
guy.
bicycles. Now he owns a bike store, and it's nice to see people, especially in Nevada, because you don't have friends that stay a long time. We're a transient town. People come and go.
Right.
So when you get good friends out here, you hang on to them, and you want to see them do good.
Right. Right.
I just happen to have the entire CD1 as my friend, and I want to see it do good.
Awesome. Sounds good. So again, Michael Boris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, DJ.
Congress, CD1. If you live on the east side, make sure that you vote. Make sure you vote
Or
for
Henderson
Michael
or
Boris.
Boulder City,
Yes.
all the way up
sure.
to the Art District.
And get everybody else that you know to vote as well.
Down with
So
Titus.
thank you so much, everybody, for joining us again here in the Joy Lounge for PJ's Pure Joy Podcast. And make sure you check out bizlyapp.com/PJ. Send that out to all your business friends, entrepreneurial friends. And join me on Rumble, too, for Vegas Leaks.
Rumble.
Vegas Leaks on Rumble is a good place to get good information about what's really going on. And I want to thank you again. So have a great week. Enjoy.
Ta-da.